But I would also say that he is the most important hero in this game for me for Blacklist in a way. I mean, in terms of the way that I want to see those like mid-game fights start, because if he can find and kill the Pugna before Pugna's able to get the ward down, I feel like that just gives free reign for Lina to do whatever she wants in these fights. If Pugna ward is down and Lina doesn't have BKB yet, which I don't think she's going to be rushing early, Abed's not going to be able to play. Like, it's just going to take way too much damage.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of great options for Carlo to shine in this game. Like, getting on top of Morta, because Morta's carried this game, it could be really big. Even getting on top of the Razor is big. Like, the only heroes that you don't want to get on top of is maybe Snap and maybe Spirit Breaker. But other than that, you have, like, really good options here. And I think that's maybe why they picked Snap as well for Shin Q, to, like, kind of help his teammates disengage from cogs. They realize like how much threat that this clocker can apply to the game. So if you're some Snapfire that is well-timed cookies and a Force Staff, you can save your allies quite well here. So both the supports here have a big role to play in this particular game.
Horn sounds, and now Tim's walking within vision, is going to see that that ward is dropped down. Does have a sentry ready to go, but with Xingqiu nearby, doesn't feel confident dropping it to get the D ward. But might pass that over to Abed in a little bit here. We'll see how it goes.
I found it a little bit interesting that they decided to put the Razor mid as well. And like, because you asked me what do I think they're going to do, and I didn't think Morta would be a carry. And she is a carry in this particular game. I think this is something that can be abused a bit by just like continuously taking damage, but maybe the fact that Pugna's in your lane is good enough for you to like just be confident that you can deal with this harass and spam from the Kunkka.
I mean, you'd hope so at the very least. It could be an issue though, like you said, particularly as those levels start to get higher and higher. It's not easy, but we did see Lou have a really standout performance playing in the last series, both in his Lifestealer game and then also in the Naga Siren. He was making early rotations, getting involved early. The lanes didn't always look like immaculate, but he played well throughout the course of the match.
Yeah, for sure. And he's going to have to continuously do so. Morta is definitely a different type of hero. I feel like it's kind of like playing a Drow or a Sniper, right? You have a little bit more survivability than both these heroes in this patch, so this is why it's often picked over like a Drow Ranger, but has the same issues where your positioning matters so much, and if you mess it up just a little bit, you're just dead. This hero is very squishy.
I want the calling to not reduce attack speed. I don't know if that would make it balanced or not.
I mean, what do you want? Do you want the calling to just like be a visual effect so that doesn't do anything?
I don't like, just let it do some damage or something. Maybe let it slow, but like the attack speed slow in particular feels pretty freaking annoying to play against. You know, just make the other numbers better, but it does too much cool stuff. That's my thought. Yeah,
no, it was really OP. That's why the hero's so good, but it got nerfed really hard in the most latest patch. Like, it went from lasting 7 seconds at level 1 to 5, and the move speed went from 30% to 15 at level 1. That is an enormous nerf.
That's fair.
And that's why we don't see this hero a ton anymore, but it's still good enough, apparently.
A lot of damage taken away there for Abed, but obviously, as Lina, you can still use your spells to try and get the last hits. Raven did take a lot of harassment up there on the top side of the map. Carlo trying to play intercept to keep his buddy fine. Actually gets a little bit of separation, but the Lucent Beam and dodging the cookie in time. Raven able to get out of trouble. Could have gone a lot worse. I mean, that definitely could have been a kill.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what's happening on this top lane here. Like, Spirit Breaker's weakest point should be his laning stage, right? Because he doesn't really do too much in the lanes, but in this game, he's just free farming, and they're gonna find potential with Carlo here, but great beam by Raven there actually stops the charge.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of maintaining the pressure that was coming out a bit. Even though, like you said, Spirit Breaker, not the strongest laner in the world.
But we've seen him with items, right? Like, Spirit Breaker with items it's not really fair.
Ooh. Dude, he had almost no damage and still was going in and almost taking down XM. XM he's playing it close. This is a scary one. Oh, wait a minute.
No, he's fine, but this lane is supposed to be Lina favored, and XM is doing a good job making it look at least even. And Abed, there's going to TP in from Pugna? What's their plan here? Just going to help him secure a water rune with his teleport. They really put a lot of emphasis on making sure he got a water in there.
That is kind of crazy. I mean, I guess the flip side is that they're not able to do like a ton to sort of keep Lul in trouble. Although he doesn't have much regen at all. Is that regen coming down the courier? It's not. It's the Falcon Blade. So, you know, he's been brought somewhat low right now.
This is like the annoying part. Like the first couple levels playing versus Kunkka isn't a big deal, but like once Kunkka gets level 5, right? You have that X available. You're getting cleaved all the time, and it just hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, Gabby might just die to Pugna if he's not careful.
In trouble. Oh, wait a minute though. Gets the cookie away. Not gonna happen. Tim's takes the first blood with Gabby getting out of trouble. They're able to instead take down that Muerta.
Carlo on the run here.
Oh, mid. Oh my god, he almost got him. Very low on the Razor.
Yeah, this is like just classic mid player stuff, you know what I mean? They love to be at 10% HP. That's why mid laners and pubs get really mad if they ever die to a support, because they want to just sit there and just like play with the other mid laning, time their HP, like just sit at 10%. They know their limits, right? Then all of a sudden a support comes and stuns them once and they die. It's like they get really mad. Everyone knows mid laners get really mad when they get ganked. And that's the reason why, because like that extra variable, it feels like they're playing a game of their own and just like dealing with it. And I think that's where like the pro players really shine, is like when you can take a fact that you can know where the supports are at, but also play on the edge.
Right. It makes things different. Value. Clockwork does die. That might be a bottle refill mid, actually. I think that he was low on resources and maybe can do that if Abed doesn't get anything here.
Oh,
Shadow Demon moving in.
Has no points on stun. Okay. He opted for 2 points in Fiery Soul. He's saving a point right now for either stun or Laguna. He chose Laguna.
Takes it. Tim's in trouble. Low. The shield rune on XM. That's the one rune that keeps him alive here. Although, didn't make it happen. Yeah, XM, he survives.
Wow. The raindrop came off cooldown there and saved a lot of damage. Yeah. That was close though, but not quite enough here. I'm a little bit worried at like how good of a game Spearbreaker's having.
Yeah.
This hero, I'll say it again, you know, he's not supposed to have a good laning stage. He's like supposed to have a bad laning stage. He'll catch up with Midas, get farmed, and you know, do Spearbreaker things, but it's just expediting the Spearbreaker things he's gonna do. They're just gonna happen sooner, and that's not good, obviously. And they're not gonna be able to stop it at all, I think, because like they're just gonna man up on him. They bash him out of the cogs. Okay,
dude. What?
Okay. Why not?
That's,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Makes it work. They do manage to have a couple of stacks built up in the jungle right now for Blacklist, which is going to be nice for Raven, who obviously wants to accelerate. It's a slight lead right now for Azure in terms of the gold, but I think like you're saying, it's the bigger thing is how strong the Spearbreaker is going to be coming online, and getting that kill on the carry to start is definitely not what you wanted to see for Blacklist.
I mean, that was really well played by XXS. Like, what he ended up doing there was he charged to get a last hit on a creep, right? And that last hit allowed him to get level 6. So mid-charge, he leveled up his ultimate, and then Raven didn't expect it. He's like, oh, he's only level 5. It's fine. I don't have to go to jungle yet. But by the time he hit level 6, he was already getting charged, right?
Look at this. In the bottom lane, onto Lul. He manages to survive the kill attempt that came out. Does have 4 stacks right now, the Shadow Poison, which is going to pop. Was looking for that 5th on Tim's. Can't quite get it in time. Now, with Raven coming back up top, Carlo is the one that's in trouble. Now, Xingqiu is going to get hit a couple of times by the tower, but very tanky strength here, or rather, excuse me, universal hero for Xingqiu. Stays alive.
Radiant structures
Good
are
scan.
fortified.
Scouted that XM was over here, and Raven is just going to run all the way back. Does not want to get caught by that Razor.
Is that mount on Xingqiu still Mortimer?
Dire's top tower is
That's a good point.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I don't know what the name of that thing is.
You go from being Mortimer, like a cute little dragon, into just a slug.
I guess it could be named Mortimer too, you know?
Dire's top tower
But
under
is
attack.
it Mortimer, not just is he named Mortimer?
Well, I mean, you know, you've
Transformation.
got Luna, and what's Luna's mount again? His name?
I don't know.
Is it Sagan? Is that the one?
I think that's Morana's.
Okay, my bad.
That's fine. I don't know Luna's.
Well, anyways, they change around a lot too, and I'm sure that they keep the same name. It's Mortimer.
Okay, that's fine. You win.
Although it is kind of weird because the character is like very iconic and like
That's
has a
what I
ton of
mean. Like I feel like
personality.
Radiant's middle
the-
tower is under attack.
the mounts of like Chaos Knight and stuff, like they're insignificant, you know.
Okay,
But like Mortimer is like part of the hero,
that's
and
true.
like she literally talks to her mount like all the time. I'm just wondering, is that unacceptable? You know, do we need to rethink that,
I think,
or is it acceptable? Okay, I'll put in my formal complaint.
fair? Travels done for Abed. Takes the stun at level 9. Continues to try and farm up this ancient stack and wants to just get completely out of control. Going for that Aether Lens. It definitely feels like it's farm time. But top net worth Spirit Breaker. Scary.
So the thing is, like, side laners don't generally move for the first 15 minutes. It's mainly just supports and mids who might make a rotation, and mids won't necessarily either move if they don't need to as well. Like Abed, he has travel, so he can move, but he can obviously just choose to farm with these travels too. And that's what he is doing right now. He's just gonna... Oh, okay, never mind. He's smoking right away with Tim's. He does have a setup available. Oh, I guess Demonic Purge is online. So
Ooh, that's
this
nice.
is something that will allow them to potentially kill the Spirit Breaker, and that's who they
They're
want to
running-
go for.
They're
He's not
running right into nobody also, so that sucks.
Dire's bottom tower is
They're
under
not,
attack.
nobody is on this side of the map, and they're smoking into it. Frustrating, and instead it's going to be Gabby who gets charged. Mortimer's kisses out. Not the right name, but I'm just going to have to deal with it. XXS backs away, and now Carlo's there. He doesn't have level 6 yet, so well, it all kind of falls apart. Nothing happens. Perfect.
Dire's structures are
They
fortified.
do get some tower pressure though. And meanwhile, Carlo in trouble here. He's down.
It's doink.
Dire's
And the
bottom
stack
tower
might
is
just
under
be
attack.
stolen here.
Oh, yeah, that's frustrating. I mean, XM doesn't take it too fast. It looks like he's going
Chooses
to
not
lose
to.
some of that.
Is under attack.
Yeah.
He wants
Oh,
to
you're talking
ruin.
about the Ancients.
No, I was talking just like the small stack in the triangle.
Okay.
It's just a 3 stack, but it's still money.
Yeah. True enough. Well, it is a little bit of me time for Raven, and Nova was the name, by the way. My bad.
Very good.
Doubly messed up because my dog's name is Nova.
But the thing, yeah, that's embarrassing actually. But Nova,
Dire's
there's
middle
not a
tower
single
is
spell
under
of
attack.
Luna that has
Yes.
Nova in it, right? I mean, literally, Mortimer's Kiss is a spell.
But she does have a lot of voice lines that say Nova. You know what I mean?
That's fine, but it's just like it's not the same.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna drop that now, but
right,
I've already
fair.
put in my formal complaint
Good. I
to
like
the
it.
lore police.
It slacks, actually.
Yeah. Actually, I don't want to talk to Slack, so maybe I'll hold the complaint.
Ooh, Abed is a regen rune. So he's going to be able to farm pretty well through this one.
Regeneration.
It definitely feels like it's chill mode right now. But that is, you know, setting up for potential catastrophe later. I guess that they're going to have a good window to fight with when they get like BKBs and Kunkka has like Ags and all the rest of that. Blacklist are going to have some good damage then.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. Like when you say it's farm time, there's not a hero that wants to make moves, right? I talked to you earlier, and I was just like, supports and mids like to make moves within the first 15. Side laners don't, and that's kind of like the issue. So you might kill a support here. They're gonna go in, and he's gonna get cookied.
Ooh, Tim's wait dropped it. They have Laguna Blade out too. Boat is going to connect onto XM. Now they retreat away as Mortimer's kisses are out. They have a banishment. Control, hook shot in. Carlo gives up his life for it. Eclipse is out. Abed is low. And so in the end, every spell used, and it's only Carlo that dies.
Yeah, if they were a bit earlier there and followed up on the Razor, maybe they can get a kill. But this is also courtesy of like why you don't want to fight early. It's like Blade Mill, right? Like,
yeah.
You go on this Razor. How much do you want to commit onto Razor? Because you know if you kill him, you're also probably going to be in a position where you might die. So it's pretty obnoxious. And now Razor has a haste, and they're gonna secure this tier 1, which will probably bring them up like the 3k gold now shortly after. So things are going pretty well overall for both sides. It's gonna be a slower game, but I think that's fine. I think both these teams want to farm it up. They both have really strong heroes. And Razor, he may be in a bad spot.
Yeah,
or maybe he's in the best spot. Who knows?
Okay, yeah, maybe. As they've already used the Demonic Purge. Gabby walks through, tries to get away, and does manage to get some separation. Gabby gets the boat off too. Lul is going to get caught. Light Strike Array, but they won't go for any more.
A whole lot of spells
going down. They can't do anything else. Gabby is going to get the control, wants to pull him in, pull
he
back
X'd
out.
Back.
Oh, that was just to make sure that he lived, but they do kill off the Pug.
They saved him.
Yeah, that was... it was getting squirrely in there.
That's a hard call to make, right? Like,
yeah,
if he X's him and pulls him back, he lives. But if he dies, he gets the Razor killed too. I think in that situation, you want the Razor to die, as this hero is like higher level than you. But I could see. Actually, no, he's not higher level. Gabby's actually level 11. Maybe it was the right call, actually. Wait, how did Gabby get level 11? What just happened? Did he do an ancient stack? He must have.
He did at least one ancient stack. I mean, that's the thing, right? The separation between the top hero in the game and the bottom hero is only 2k, just about in terms of net worth, amongst the cores, I should say. And all of the cores are pretty leveled. It really feels like Raven has just been left alone to get whatever he wants. And that is going to be a scary thing eventually for Azure. They've got Shadow Demon Luna. This does take towers eventually. It's not as disgusting as it used to be, but it's still quite good.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely, I mean, this is what Luna does in general. Like, she just farms fast. And, like, the build with Luna nowadays is, like, no joke. You just go 4-0. I mean, 0-4-4. And you just don't get your beam. You don't get your Eclipse. You get 1 point in beam, I guess, for the laning stage. And that's it. Then you just max your passives, and then you hit creeps. And then you're like, all right, guys, at 25 minutes, I'll play Dota. This is Luna gameplay. And at that 25-minute mark, though, if you let her completely farm without touching her, she is going to be incredibly farmed and do a lot for the team. So we'll have to see what Raven's going to bring to the table. Obviously, not quite there yet. Still kind of useful now that you do have 4 points in the beam. But I think around level 15, 16 is when this hero can show up to fights and actually look good.
Oh, they get some good damage there out onto Tianming. Oh, 14
He almost
HP.
died to an illusion of himself.
Wait, Rocket Flare? Rocket Flare? Rocket Flare?
All right, clicking
come
on
Carlo.
clock.
Oh, he's not going for it. All right, now the heal is there.
Unfortunate.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So
yeah, this game is pretty slow right now. And I think it's not going to change for a little bit either. I think there's timings on both these teams. They don't have a clear time. Like, Kunkka wants his Ags. He's not super close. But even if you get your Ags, it's like, I kind of want my Octarine after. I want my Refresher. True. Like, there's so many more items you want, or I want my level 20 talent. No one's sad to keep farming in this particular game. There is no timer, like I mentioned before. So, and there's very little catch as well outside of the Spirit Breaker and the Clockwork. And I don't think Spirit Breaker wants to put himself in a position of dying right now, because he also likes to buy items like Octarine Core and Refresher.
Which he almost has.
Yeah, which he's very close to. And I think that's going to be a timing that is going to be pretty important for both teams, honestly. It's going to be the offlaners, like this Kunkka's Ags online, and then Spearbreaker's timings aren't as clear-cut, because he's still good right now, but he's just going to keep farming more and more.
Right. A little X-back play down there. Meanwhile, the two Mega Farmers have gotten God-tier items. Luna with Specialist's Array, and Muerta with the Grove Bow. So, at least for this state of the game, it's feeling pretty freaking good for them. Abed trying to build into the Aghanim Scepter. There is a smoke up going now from Azure, bringing XXS in with Xingqiu, who is 1,700 gold away from an Aghanim Scepter on a Snapfire, having a really good time, 4-0-1. And they see the Luna Illusion, they charge it. Smoke.
By the way, this item on low, the Grove Bow, I literally don't replace this item until tier 5 neutrals.
Really?
Yeah. Like, and then you might replace them for Force Boots or some Pirate Hat, right?
Yeah.
But there's literally nothing better than this. It gives you attack speed, gives you attack range, and magic resistance. Like, literally everything Muerta could ask for.
Yeah.
It is beyond broken on this hero for which tier it drops in, which is tier 2, by the way. Tier 3 and tier 4, there's actually no items that's better. Maybe you can argue maybe a Paladin Sword would be okay if you need the lifesteal, but that's only for survivability. As far as damage goes, this is number 1.
Is that even more so than the Mindbreaker, or is it close at least then?
Mindbreaker or this one? Honestly, it's kind of close.
Yeah,
I'll have to
that's
say
crazy.
It's definitely close. You have to think about it, because attack range is almost invaluable on these heroes, right? Like, your positioning matters so much.
That is a fair point, and it's hard to quantify how good that could be. Tim's able to survive. Carlo, oh my god.
Oh, he knew.
Okay, surely. Yeah, gets out of trouble, dodges away, and 6-3, only the 9 kills. They're going to be stacking up Ancients again as the Wisdom Rune will spawn. And time to take the Tormentor of their own.
Yeah, I think there isn't really a timing that AR is trying to hit here, but I know for a fact that Blacklist, they're not going to want to do anything until Luna completes BKB.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to do anything on the map but farm until that BKB is online. And that timing is going to work out pretty well with Ags coming up on Lena, Ags coming out for Kunkka. And then if you want to, and this is, you don't even have to, but if you want to, once that BKB is done, the 2 Ags are done, then you can do something as Blacklist. But it is also another situation where you literally don't have to. There's no timer here. Right. This is going to be a slow, steady, the turtle wins the race. One team is going to try and do Roche. The other team is going to try and stop them from doing Roche. And then all hell is going to break loose. Right. That's kind of how like this game is most likely going to play out.
It feels almost like you're sort of hitting these particular, like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, the X. Thought he was safe. Is he actually? Tim's is there, taking a lot of damage as the Shadow Demon, the Nether
Axe is on the courier.
Needs to back out. Gabby gets dead shot by Lul at the end. So a nice little play there. I mean, talk about it. This like balance of power shifting back and forth. It's pretty even, but those couple of kills can make a little bit of a difference over time.
Yeah, and Gabby at least bought out before that, so he will have Ags available for the next potential fight. Ags is now available for the Lina, and now you have a BKB, which is completed from Blacklist, and now this is where Blacklist is going to show you what type of team they are. Right? They have all their timings. Are they going to be aggressive with these timings, or are they going to be like, we hit every timing, who cares, let's just keep farming? But now this is the scenario I'm talking about. Roshan, one team is going to hit Roche, the other team is probably not going to want them to hit Roche, and they're going to smoke up.
Yeah, they're going for it too. Now, they need to get in with Gabby, get him into the smoke a second later, and Azure a little bit afraid about the Roche being taken, and so they are going to back out. Getting just Tianming would not feel great here, I feel like, for Azure, or for Blacklist.
They left Roche, though, meaning you could do Roche if you wanted to, if you're Blacklist, which would be incredibly demoralizing if you just gave Roche away for no reason. And you lost your positioning.
Oh, wow. That's unfortunate for Azure.
That's a Kappa. If this happens.
Not what they were looking for. And yeah, a free Aegis. Definitely what they wanted on Blacklist.
I was really curious on why they were all losing the high ground position there and taking the gate top and just leaving Roche like that.
You know, maybe there is something to be said about the fact that it's Blacklist hitting all their timings right now, and Azure just don't want to fight. Because, like, they only have BKB on Razor, right? They're close to BKB on Spirit Breaker. They're having Aghanims delivered right now. It would have been, like, a pretty bad time for Azure to fight. It just kind of sucks that they had to give up the Aegis.
Yeah, perhaps, but sometimes positioning can outweigh anything, you know what I mean?
That's fair, yeah.
And losing your high ground up there, I don't know if I agree with that. We'll see if it comes back and bites them. Maybe you are right. Maybe they just wanted to sack that and just let them have it. But why hit Roche to begin with in the first place if you want to fight?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, no, totally.
Everything about that was just really sus.
Well,
mistakes happen. We learn. We live. And it's not the end of the world. It's only the end of the world if Luna can go to your high ground.
Which is, you know, maybe something that they might be looking to do. Or at the very least, take down a tower. And mid-tier 1 seems like a very reasonable goal to look for. An Invis rune for Razor. Hookshot in, finding one. Cogs pushback, finding Pugna, potentially killing Pugna. The X comes in and just barely going to get clipped by that one. Tim's takes him down. Wait.
XM is
Razor
in.
Just runs right forward. Finds him. In trouble. Dead. Can they go for any more? Blade Mail is out. They already have the boat buff on to 1. Now Luna runs forward. This is not the fight that they were hoping for. That's another one saved. Oh, CQ keeps him alive. Lul takes down Carlo. Now the charge through. Raven in some trouble. With Gabby there, though, it's going to be maybe enough to keep his buddy alive, although I don't know. Lul BKB. Raven chasing in. He still has that Aegis. They take him down once. Can they get him again? X, Torrent, control. Abed shows up. Force staff, not enough.
Oh, they got the lead of the charge.
No.
Oh, okay. Huh. He would have killed Lena with that charge, but maybe he would have died to do so. Valuing his life over taking Abed's. Indeed. Is it the right call? Who knows?
That was a crazy one. Take a look at this replay here.
Yeah, I mean, they catch the Pugna here, which is, I thought, a really good start here for Blacklist. Like, killing Pugna right away is always going to be good. And then, I'm not sure why Razor decided to just, like, go all in and kill a support like this, because you kind of really need to save this link, right? This link needs to be reserved for Luna. And only Luna at this point. Luna doesn't even have a Hurricane Pike yet. Well, she does now. She wants to buy it. But in that particular fight, she did not have it, right? So it's very easy to just stay on top of the Luna. And even if you have Aegis, if you have no damage, the serial isn't going to do a lot. So bit of a greedy play there by XM to just try and go in for there. I will say, though, that save by Jin Q was like pretty clutch. But unfortunately, they didn't take their win with that. They went back in and got punished severely for it. And now I will say this game right now, even though the net worth is relatively close, the game state is much better for Blacklist. Agreed. They have this Luna who's really farmed. They have a very simple strategy of sending illusions at buildings. And I just think Muerta is one of those heroes that just takes a long time to get online. Even though she has a lot of net worth and is very farmed, it's not enough damage yet. You need to be like 5-6 slotted until you start killing heroes.
Right, and like you're losing towers across the entire map. That tier 2 goes down, and that's in spite of the fact that Luna doesn't have an Aegis, because people were dead for so long. They had the ability to push down the lanes. There wasn't going to be any type of contest going on for it. It's really scary stuff. These next couple of minutes are going to start to feel suffocating, and an illusion rune going to be left behind on the bottom side. Luna's going to run to that. I mean, it's I'm not sure. We'll see what Azure Ray's solution to these problems is going to be. As we're coming out of that replay, it was XM dying in the mid lane on the Razor again to the combination of Carlo. And Carlo, he finds another XXS. There's the BKB. Wants to get out of trouble. He was going for the TP out, but XinQ saves him and pulls him away.
Yeah, the XinQ's been doing really well. Like, the cookie has been clutch. I thought he'd go for like a force staff, maybe the shard, right? To get him a little more distance, but he went for that early Ags, and it's been doing a lot of work. He was actually able to get the farm for that, which is usually the hardest part as a support, but he got there, and it looks like Tim's might be the victim here. Oh, no!
Oh! Destroyed! XXS, it's demolished! They can't fight this now. Spirit Breaker's dead for a minute. XM is in trouble. Won't get clipped there, but
what
instead the LSA is going to connect. Backing away. Tim's does die to Lul, but now the toss forward. XM on top of Abed. That is what they were looking for. LSA not going to connect, but they take down that Lina. Now Lul looking for the chase. Carlo does have cogs to place in the middle of them. Is just going to give up his life for that. But 3 dead, in spite of Spirit Breaker being dead. A really good jump again from XinQ with his ulti.
Why is XinQ so good? Like,
yeah,
this is insane. Like, this man hasn't made a mistake yet this game, I feel. In fact, it's not even about making mistakes. He's just making plays. He's making big plays in this game. Getting Lina there is something that they probably shouldn't have got, but like, he just catapults in. I see like XXS, he just dies immediately, right? I was like, oh, this fight's probably not going to be good, right? You just lost your Spirit Breaker. And then all of a sudden, this Razor goes on to Lina just on the back line here. They end up killing him, and this fight becomes a lot better than what it should have been, all because of XinQ.
Right. As mobile as Lina is with like Windlace, Boots of Travel, if you do manage to get on top of her, she will die. She doesn't have that force staff. She doesn't, and like, you know, particularly if Shadow Demon's gone. Because Tim's has been in a lot of ways the things that's kind of keeping Abed alive in these fights. Lul shows up. Now the charge onto Raven. BKB out. Hookshot. Carlo, wanting to play intercept, gets out of trouble.
Pierce the Veil was used there, so that won't be available for the next 35 seconds. They want to fight on Blacklist.
Tim's keeping himself alive. LSA not going to connect. Dude, the Eye of the Vizier Lina is kind of crazy. How big the range on LSA and everything else is. Like, look at how wide of a range she's got.
Yeah, I mean, Aether Lens plus Eye of Vizier. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. And the only downside is, I guess you lose a bit of your mana pool for it, but worth it, I suppose. And going into the E-Blade next, we're getting to the point where you start getting one shot. Like, I'm really certain that if Low gets caught by this combo with Lina, she will die 100-0.
Yeah.
Like, if the E-Blade hits, you got the Flame Cloak on, you're level 20 with that 11, there it is, 11% spell amp. If all of this hits, you will be killing the enemy carry by yourself.
Yeah.
So that's always scary. Something to look out for.
I mean, we saw it with how quickly XXS died in the last one. That's before E-Blade.
Right.
Yeah. And E-Blade also, I mean, you know, kind of solves not all of the problems of Razor, but it at least buys you some extra time where maybe the rest of the team can get there to help out a bit. Scan hits as Azure Ray are around the pit, but then goes back to green after. So they know that nobody is there, and instead, it might be time to start looking this direction. It's a long Roche respawn, though. 2.5 minutes.
Very long, yeah. But I think it doesn't really matter. You have to prepare for the instant spawn, right? As players. No one's going to be like, let's just assume this one's a 2.5 minute spawn, you know? It's like, nope, Roche can spawn, got to get in position, lay the wards, and then once you're in position, it's really just a waiting game at that point.
It does feel like that's going to end up kind of hurting Azure Ray, because Blacklist are out on the map much more. Abed can show up if the timing feels right, has a DD in hand. And it's going to end up actually shifting towards top by the time Roche respawns. Because I guess with Pierce the Veil, Azure Ray can take it really, really quickly before it would make the shift, but it's going to be close.
That's like one of the most annoying timings, right? Like, if you are a team that doesn't want to contest Roche, not saying they don't this game, as they are smoking up, so hold that thought.
They see him. Tian Ming. They're looking with Carlo. He blinks away, though. Oh, man. Pugna blink for stack. The wraparound. This is a really good angle. If they can spot Lul, they see him right away. Hook shot in. Catching LSA. Gone! Oh, you weren't playing around, and neither are they. And XM forced to BKB TP out. There's nothing more he can do. XingQ also needs to get gone, and, well, it's still a minute until Roche. God, that's annoying.
I mean, at this point, this is one of the most unfortunate long Roches of all time, right? Because it's got to move. Not only is it going to move, it's also causing this dynamic where people are camping in one area, and it's like at the tail end, right? Of like max spawn is the only reason why it would go to like the dire side. And these are things that you generally just don't plan for. As you see, they're going to X the Luna to farm one wave up here and then come all the way back here. Oh, even going to spawn the illusions actually in the Manta to try and get the next wave. So he's going to get 2 waves, push that out. Realize Roche still isn't up, as they're like, where the hell is this Roche, guys? This is very frustrating. And then they're going to take the gate because top lane will be pushed. And they'll wait for that now. Like, all right, we give up, guys. Let's go. We're going to go to the dire side.
Oh, they got a charge on it, though.
What?
Oh, wait a minute.
What is
XM!
this?
He's in! Dude, the long Roche! It comes back to bite him! Gabby's caught!
They canceled it!
I can't believe that happened.
Like, Roche still isn't up.
That is insanely unlucky for Blacklist.
Oh, Roche is up, guys.
Wait, they're through. Wait a minute. They have to run through, though. And Roche is going to go through also.
They're just TPing top. Yeah, so there's going to be a fight.
Oh, God. Oh, God. They're waiting. They're going through. They're coming in behind. They're thinking about it.
He's waiting.
The scan. They know. They see the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker takes it. Spirit Breaker is gone. How is this done so poorly? What in the heck? Lul goes in to pierce the veil. Now they try and back away. BKB out, trying to control, get the link onto anybody that they can. Carlo catches onto XM. Mass buybacks. Meanwhile, Water Park is going. Lul is going to get healed back up by the Pugna. Tianming is there. XM already bound to about a quarter HP as he gets ran at, but surviving the Shiva's not long enough. Dead. 2 heroes for a very long
just
time.
went in.
Look at Pugna! Tianming's a monster. He kills Carlo, but then dies immediately afterwards.
That was
Fear,
balls
what
of
is
steel.
happening?
This is Southeast Asia Dota, baby. This is how we do.
Oh my God. They load
Love
up
the
the
chaos.
gun.
Abed's been playing methodical Dota for 4 years.
God, now in trouble, XingQ, the dead again. Abed says no. Abed says, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm going in, taking down your carry. That's 2 fights in a row. He gets 1 shot.
That's how it goes. Like, Morta carry is... I said it in the draft, I didn't want to see it as a core, and he's been playing a good Morta carry. It's just a hard game for it. There's too many ways to get on top of the hero. And it's kind of showing this game. Like, he wants to do the damage, so he bops all his spells. You just force staff away from him. And then all of a sudden, you just got to disengage the fight, right? And then the moment you want to come back, you just can't fight without a BKB. Literally impossible this game.
I mean, yeah, it's just not getting done. And like individually, all these heroes, XM is like kind of getting stuff done. He's being that frontline combo, but it's just not worked out enough. And oh no, XXS, he's done. Chase,
maybe detection.
Oh, maybe
detection?
Okay. Maybe Bulldoze gets the charge away, but he gets caught the last second. Raven catches him with the Lucent Beam. Holy moly.
This is why Kunkka is also so much better this patch. Yeah. People started to realize that, like, you can X them while they're BKB'd, right? So BKB only lasts a certain amount of time, especially later on in the game. And when they start going down to, like, the 6-second BKB, and your X lasts for 4 seconds, you just throw an X on them halfway through their BKB, right? And then they're coming back. And there's before they wouldn't work.
Luo, he's on a ward.
No detection, though. Oh, now there's a detection.
That has got to be frustrating.
And Low is actually going for an Aghanim, so that might be a game-changing item for them if they can drop that and stun one of the heroes for a long amount of time. Because I feel like right now, they're kind of lacking control. Like, I feel like every time you pop Pierce the Veil, you're just getting kited as Low, right? And when he pops Pierce the Veil, look at Lena's cast range, right? It's absurd.
It is.
You kind of have to just press BKB, or you can get stunned from 10 miles away. So you really just have to all in a target, and to be able to do that, they have to be stunned. And unfortunately, XXS has been getting sniped every fight. It's been doing a good job by Tims to continuously purge him. And I think you just need too many items right now to deal with that if you're XSS. And that's just going to get countered anyway, even if you do go for like a Lincoln Sphere into a Refresher. Tims, he's got ideas of an Aghanim Scepter in the wake here. And that'll counter that too. So he's just doing a good job on Tims to just continuously stop the Spirit Breaker from making plays happen.
I mean, yeah, it's a really, really good answer in general to that Spirit Breaker. And you see XXS, how many times at TI did we see Spirit Breakers charge out against that hero or charge a wave and feel fine?
Oh, there it is!
He's gone! Bro, that is so rough. Like, he just shows for a second and he's out of there. And now, I mean, yeah, with Luna just free to go completely in, and Spirit Breaker now is caught. XXS gets thrown in, possibly to his death, although does manage to actually separate, but the X marks the spot. He's coming back in a moment. No, couldn't quite time it right. Okay, never mind. Move in. Get a free snipe. Jeez. Abed's looking good, man.
I mean, honestly, this is... Yes, he is. But I guess I'm a bit of an Abed fan, and watching him in NA just like carry the squad for so long, this is even one of the better games I've seen him have.
I know,
to me,
right?
This is like just an average Abed game at best. But he's still playing so good.
Timing. Mortimer's kisses. Out. Luna in some trouble, but Laguna Blade out means Zincu is gone. XM. BKB wearing low. LSA is going to connect a couple more hits, and the Razor is gone. Everybody's dead. They're going to have to buy back, but it's not going to be enough. This is GG. Blacklist are going to take this game in dominant fashion as now the caster curse kicks in. Fear, why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you stop me?
It's rude to talk over people, you know.
Okay, my bad.
My mama taught me better.
Unbelievable.
I mean, they're definitely playing it a bit on the safer side. I think once they get the buyback, there's no point because they don't know if Pugna, they don't know if these other heroes have the buyback. I mean, if they really timed it, they would see that Pugna's buyback is down for like 2 more minutes, but they don't know if Snap is up. So this game's in the bag, right? Why throw it? Yeah, like, they'll just try pushing again a little bit later. They're up 23k. They realize if Abed ever just sees Low on the map, he's dead. And they're just going to stick with that, you know? And Laguna Blade has a cooldown of 25 seconds now because he's level 25, which is always cool. And let's get an Octarine core, so let's just make that 18 seconds instead. So they got an 18-second nuke that does, like, an insane amount of damage right now because math is too hard to add 35% on top of the 40% with Ethereal Blade, with the way things stack, on top of the Fiery Soul buff. That's way too much math for me. I'm from NA, but let's just say that Laguna Blade does thousands of damage at this point.
Right. And with room to grow, too, because eventually it becomes pure.
At level 30, yeah.
Gabby, he breaks the smoke, and, well, Azure Ray can only kind of look on in dismay as they start to make their move. There is a Wisdom Rune over here, which is going to be claimed. Looks like they're giving that one to Gabby, so he gets his level 25. It's the fleet time. Wait, the big wraparound, though. The big wraparound. Finds the clockwork. XM on him. Force Staff tries to break the link. They don't manage to do it. Lul is there. Tries to take him down, but no, BKB just in time. Lul making the play that they needed. Can they do anything else? The X is going to be there, and, well, he's pulled back into the fleet. Staff keeps Lul alive for the moment. Charge coming in from the base. Connects now onto Raven and to Gabby. They have more. Cookie to back away. XM
Laguna's up again.
And now the turn is going to be there. And
Laguna's up again. Bye-bye, low.
Can't really do that much. Ahmed is there. He's going to TP down from the high ground and ready to chase. Finds himself another. That's a triple kill. They find more and more. And GG is called a couple of minutes after I called it. Well done by Blacklist. My God.